Henry, can you throw up the next block, please? Wow, I feel so good. The first couple of weeks of rehab really started my day off and everything's been going fine. I feel like I can do a lot of stuff now. My graph feels strong. You know, Brody, pass me that soccer ball.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I feel like I can dribble now. Rehab was so good. I feel like I can do anything. Ah! Oh!
Again.
Oh! Yeah, my knee again. I feel like going too strong early on. That wasn't a good idea. Alright guys, I'm Yazi. Again, I'm one of your physical therapy instructors.
I'm Crystal. I was in here last week to introduce myself. I played lacrosse in high school and I worked in the training room for a couple of years, so I'm pretty familiar with what I do.
I'm Henry. And I'm going to do it.
Alright, so for today's class, we're going to start off with some stretches and then we're going to split into groups of 3 and work on some rehab exercises, such as a hip strengthening exercise, lunges, squats, single leg squats, double and single leg calf raises, and step ups.
So yeah, Crystal and Brody are going to explain some of these stretches, and then Henry and I will be demonstrating so you have some sense of what we're doing. And if you follow through, we'll be here to show you how. And then Brody and Crystal will be going around making sure you guys are doing it right, and then we do some of these stretches for us.
So we're going to start off with toe touches, so we're going to take a seat and straighten out your leg and just reach for your toes. And if you want a deeper stretch, you can like take a deep breath in and exhale and touch your toes. All right, for 30 seconds.
Try for that deep hamstring stretch. Those legs nice and loose.
Make sure we're breathing. It really helps. We inhale and exhale as we stretch.
Breathe into the stretch.
Really exaggerate those breaths.
You guys can come back up and we're going to do it one more time.
Again, if you're really tight, you can always bend your knees a little bit. A little more flexible, so a little stretch through your back.
Deep breath in and then reach over.
Again.
Breathing.
All right, and the next stretch we're going to do feet or floors. So with your right knee, you're going to bend it and then rotate it out.
Yeah,
So imagine like you're drawing a form with your leg, and then extend your left leg and just pull it into your chest. And then if that's too difficult, you can do the variation.
sit up if it's too much. If you really want to stretch it, really sit into that glute.
Have my forearms too.
Have the forearms on the ground.
You're going to hold that for 30 seconds.
It's really close to the hip.
Back glute. Make sure we're always breathing. Stretching should not be a difficult, but it should feel discomfort.
And then switch sides. Okay.
All right, guys, now we're going to move on to stretch the hamstrings a little bit. So go ahead and lay down on your back. And there's a little hamstring pump. You feel a little pretty nervy stretch for the hamstring. What you're doing is you're going to grab our hands on the knee here, and then bring the knee down, and then pump up and straighten out as much as you can. You should again feel this kind of nerve stretch down your hammy. It's also a good stretch for some lower back pain. So go ahead and do 10 pumps on each leg.
You can try to lay your head on the mat.
Just Just relax, breathe into that hamstring.
As you're breathing.
Once you're done with the go ahead and switch legs.
And make sure you're not on the leg flat. If you're still not feeling it, make sure your heel is reaching for the sky, really push flat, and you'll feel that.
Once you got to finish your leg, go ahead and stay in your back. All right, now we're moving on to a little bridge exercise. Okay, demonstrators up here, what we're going to do is we're going to get our feet underneath us. Good basic support, our hands down at our sides, also for basic support. And then from here, we're just going to bring our butt up, lift the stomach, and bring our hips to the sky. Bring that down, and just do 10 of these as well. Making sure we keep in line with our legs here. You want to keep a good angle when you bring it up, go ahead and go up. Make sure you get that good posture through here. If you really feel this, working the glutes. Yeah, go ahead and do it. Second 10 of those.
Make sure that core is tight and we're breathing, and when you're coming up, really squeeze those glutes. That's what we're trying to activate and work on.
Okay, once you do 10 of those, you can go ahead and rest. Should keep breathing. All right, for our last exercise, we're going to do a little one we did last time, the hip abduction. So go ahead and lay on your side. Do it last time. Got that balance in, remember staying straight, making sure our posture is not bent this way or ever extended. Body is nice and straight, bringing that top leg over the back, throw the heel number, and then from here, bring that leg straight up. Trying to get it going across the body or over here, but just shove it down. Go ahead and do 10 of those as well. And once you finish that, go ahead and switch sides.
Support for your head. Hand can be on the hip or straight on your side. Making sure we're really squeezing those glutes again and trying to activate those.
Make sure you stay nice and line. It's key.
Once you do 10, you can switch on to the other side.
Once you guys finish those last set of 10, you come up to a seated position on your mat. You guys come pre-warmed up? There you go. Sweet.
Cool. Okay, yeah, so you guys feel warm? Feels good. All right, so I'm going to be introducing the first milestone. So this is really important that we emphasize the safety, and we're going to be increasing our mobility. Again, this is our second milestone, so this will be 8 to 12 weeks post-op, and this is the most common time for re-tears because a lot of the movements that we're going to be doing is in the sagittal plane, so this is just flexion extension that we're doing, and it's really important that we emphasize the safety of you guys because we don't want that to happen. And demonstrated in the little skit is that a lot of times athletes will feel that they're confident and strong, which is not a bad thing, but they do feel overconfident that the graft feels nice in the ACL, but this is the time the graft is the weakest. So again, we want to make sure you guys are safe. And what's going to happen is we're going to have, Crystal's going to be on the right-hand side, just going to use a single leg balance with you guys. In the back, we're going to do step-ups with Brody, and on the left, we're going to do hip strengthening with Henry. So what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to get divided into threes. So I'm going to count you guys down. It was 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So Henry will be 1, Brody will be 2, and Crystal will be 3. And yeah, let's get into our glutes.
Make sure we're choosing an effective knee. Yes, question?
Oh, 2.
2? Oh, okay.
No question.
2's over with Brody. Again, we'll be rotating after a couple minutes. We'll rotate clockwise.
Where's one? Ones are with Henry. Ones are with Henry, 2 are with Brody's, 3s are with Crystal.
Alright guys, so today we're going to do some hip strengthening. It's a really common part of every ACO rehab program. We really need to focus on like re-strengthening those hips. Athletes suffer from ACL injury. Obviously, they're way more sedentary, they're not going to be as active as usual, so muscles are going to start getting a lot weaker, so this is a big focus point. So we're going to be going over today is the hip medley. We already did the sideline hip and the warm-up, but it's just like a pretty common hip circuit. Usually it's done at the end of programs because it's pretty tough for a lot of these patients that come in with these injuries. So normally what you'd be doing, first one would be sideline hip, but we're not going to do that. So it'll be sideline, and you can either go like butt kickers or knee to chest. They kind of just pick what order. You just give them the 4 exercises. So it'd be knee to chest, 30 of them. And it's similar positioning to the sideline hip. You start knee to chest, and then you'd go butt kicker again. And then the last one, it's up, and it's tough to describe, but it's a twist, and you want to feel like a twist. It's originating from your hip, but you want to like almost like be rotating your ankle while you're doing it. And it's just 30-second circuit basically. So it ends up being totaling like a minute and a half. And the patients, again, they usually do this to end because it's pretty tough, and you don't stop in between. So it'll be just like 30 seconds knee to chest, 30-second butt kicker, 30-second, we just call them like the twisties. So yeah, you guys can just get down and start. You guys can just go through whatever one you want to start with first, either butt kickers or knee to chest. Usually end with the twisties. We can just watch the clock and go through it. I'll be watching it for you guys. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, I'll be just like that. It's similar positioning to the sideline hip in terms of where your feet are going to begin the exercises. You should be going slowly through the knee to chest. You don't really want to blow it up. It is a timed exercise, so if you start going really quick at the beginning, you're going to tire yourself out even more than the exercise will already get you.
And he was like, we're never doing that again. I was like, thank you. Yeah.
Making sure we're keeping our hips in a line. You don't want to be out of place, so pretty good. Alright, you guys can change the butt kickers.
There's just whole holes. I love that.
Nice. All right, you go ahead and do one more set. We'll do 2 sets. 10 do 2 sets.
All right, 30 seconds before we switch.
Okay, what is it?
Twisties in before you finish.
You're good.
Better go fast.
You're good. All right.
It's like both. It's almost like an E-version and V-version, but it's just like hovering.
That's similar to last time. The squats we did. So this is obviously trying to bring in muscles. When you look good. So Tommy.
John.
Tommy.
John.
All right, go ahead and just rotate.
Clockwise. Brody's group goes to Crystal. Crystal's group goes to Henry's. Henry's group goes to Brody's.
All right, how you guys doing? How's our knees feeling?
Here we go.
Good. All right, so today, kind of similar last time we worked on Adduction with the double leg squats we did. We're going to be focusing more on emphasizing our affected leg. So make sure you have your affected knee chosen. And then from here,
It usually
we're
involves
going to do these step ups, really focusing on the drivers of that knee. So we're going to start with our affected knee on the stool.
So let's demonstrate it for you guys.
Make sure you have
Usually it's like a 30-second circuit with no break in between. So it'll be like 30 seconds of knee to chest, 30 seconds butt kickers, 30 seconds of the twisties, and this tends to be the end of patients' programs because it's pretty tough. So whenever the parents do it, they always comment like on how it's their favorite thing to do. They hate it, like it hurts, whatever. But it's like not hurtful pain, it's just like the burnout because there's no break. Usually it's 2 minutes of just nonstop.
So we're going to do both legs.
Similar positioning to the sideline hip. And then we're just going to go in the chest for 30 seconds. You can have one person hip, that's totally fine. Hand out to the side where you can stabilize yourself. It's 30 seconds on the chest.
So if you guys want to go ahead and give it a shot,
We're going to go 30
start with your
seconds.
affected knee up on the stool.
Bring it up as much as you can. And then at the end, every 30 seconds of the twisting angle, think of it as you're just rotating your ankle and trying to keep it in the same spot.
You're
You don't
feeling
want to be
confident
like,
there, you can
oh,
come to the
going
toes a little
up and
bit if you
down
want.
while twisting. You want to try to keep it in the same spot as best you can.
Again, make sure we have that strength from the ceiling on our head, just keep us nice and straight.
Contracting the quad helps with this.
And again, just set it 10
And again, we would normally do both sides, but we don't have time to do a minute and a half straight on both sides. That would be all you guys are really doing. So you guys can just get down on your side.
Uh-oh.
Pick.
That was PT.
I think we'll start with the knee to chest. That's what the last group started with. I'll show for 30 seconds. Again, you want to start in a similar position.
Yeah, each side.
Yeah, you want to keep them in, it's similar, it's basically the same beginning as the side lying dip. You want to be in a straight line, keeping your hips forward, hand on the hip can help with this. And then foot placement, the non-involved leg is going to be in front of the elbow.
Again, just kind of building off what we did last week, just the 2 legs holding, just getting that range of motion back. Just trying to get that range of motion back even more and strengthening the muscles. Make sure we have, yeah, that's. Perfect, yeah.
We'll always throw it.
Put the filaments on. Good. You can also have the mirror right in front of you too to check your posture.
Switch to butt kickers. It's like
What
a
is that?
casual.
Oh, 10. 10 each leg and then switch.
They know that it's going to be a 2-minute circuit. So if you come out the gate and you're really crushing the knee to chest, everything, it's going to just tire out your hip a lot faster.
You guys will see later in our second milestone, we'll even build up off of this.
Fatigue's going to set in naturally during over the course of this circuit, so you really don't need to have
30 seconds before we switch?
Yeah, you don't need to try to
Finish
get
up here. Bring it back.
Yeah, let's just end with the twisties. Try to keep that foot in place. You can think of it as like just rotating the ankle while hovering it in one spot. This is the toughest one to teach patients.
All right, you guys have any questions about that? Has Vince finished up here?
It's really not that hard. Contracting the
Pretty
quad
good.
does help.
Again, just trying to strengthenize those muscles throughout the knee.
The circuit in general.
That's really important at this point in time. Like guys are saying, that skin graft can get feeling pretty good at this point in time, but then it's also very weak, so it's important to keep doing
Tommy.
exercises.
Tommy!
All right, guys, great job. You're gonna head over to Crystal and do some exercises over there. Thank you.
Were you full? We're all able to hold it.
Alright, so we're gonna work on some balance. So you guys can hear. Okay, so with that knee, you're gonna stand on it and make sure you have slight flexion in your knee and hips. And then with the non-injured knee, you're just gonna flex behind you. And the key is to not deviate your knee in or out, try to keep it as straight as possible. And if this is too difficult for you guys, you can come over to the side and use the poles, but don't like depend on it too much. And then if it's too easy, you can get on the Airx pad and try that out. And then you can put your hands on your hips or close your eyes. Yeah, so we're gonna do 3 sets of 30 seconds.
So we're going to do patient start sideline, really similar form to the sideline hip.
Yes, can you bend
You're
your
going to have the same foot placement, same hip placement, that's cool. You can go on this one as well.
Hands together,
And usually they're going to go on both sides, so it doesn't matter what side you start on, they're going to get both sides eventually. And first one, we're going to go to the chest, so it's just
Wanna go on the-
bring that knee up to our chest.
Great fast, guys.
You don't need to come out or very fast.
You have that on your side, some people have that on their
Yes, it's naturally.
Alright, we're gonna rest.
So you don't need to blow it up even more than necessary.
And if you guys wanna try
After that, we're going to do butt kickers.
pretty easy for you
Again, the
guys.
names are pretty self-explanatory. We're trying to
We're
just
gonna
keep our
start up
body in that
again.
same position. You don't want your hips to start sagging.
Like bend
Or sagging
hips.
forward. Should take some pull off for it, but we want to keep it similar to the side.
Can't do this on the flat ground.
You want to just hold your ankle in the same spot and just rotate it like this. This is tough to kind of keep your foot in the same spot. You don't want to like let your leg come up.
We're gonna hold for 10 more seconds.
An easy way to help combat this is to contract the quad.
Alright, you guys can relax, so we're gonna do the last
Good.
few seconds. How did that feel?
Again, it doesn't matter what side you start on.
It's like,
And so you want to try?
it's unsafe with your foot like this.
You guys will take a side, and we'll start with that knee to the chest. Make sure that
Okay, we're gonna start last set. Started to try several programs.
So the rule over here, isn't it, Ozzy?
After about 30 seconds, you want to switch up, and then end with 12 months.
Might be easier if you flex your
Finish up both legs, you guys can try.
You mean like, no, you don't want to
Feeling
be
good though?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How's it feel?
And again, pace, you want to just start at a normal pace. You don't want to feel like you're really sprinting through the exercise.
Same way, hip hurts more
Really?
sometimes, because I feel like I'm
Did you have your eyes closed?
my knee.
Did you have your eyes closed?
I tried.
30 seconds.
My balance sucks, so I like lost it.
Oh, it's,
Oh no.
You want to hit that last set? Protect the knee. And that's straight from the ceiling, pull this up.
Again, think about contracting the quad.
I think a dog.
And just rotate.
Yeah.
stuck to that.
Nice job, guys. All looks good.
So you guys finish up, bring it up.
Tommy!
John.
Tommy!
John.
All right, can you guys bring it into the center for us,
Now we're gonna
please?
bring it back to center. and go over a
All right, you guys were looking great. Does anyone have any questions about any of this exercise that you guys were doing? Why we do it? You guys are good? Experts now, please? Yeah? All right, so I will have Brody, yeah, Jamie.
Why, like, when you do a step up, why, like, bringing the other leg all the way up, does that matter? Or like, why do you do that?
Yeah, it's just good because it initiates like walking stairs too, and then it also helps the good posture and bring that hip up, that strength you use for that flexion. So it's just, if you keep it here, you don't really get that good flexion through this leg and extension. If you guys have anything to say on that.
Yeah, because when you think about when walking, that you're in your single leg, but you're also driving this leg up. That's also important to, when we progress to running, because when you're running, you're not going to be like not lifting this leg up, so it's always good to have those, cues for progression. So that's why we have people lift up their knee as well, have them to that mindset. Any other questions? All right, so if Brody, Henry, and Krista can pick someone to demonstrate, I think we're doing a good job on exercise.
Go ahead and have Cam do the setups. That's all right, Cam. So face our attention over here. That way Cam can use the mirror. Just posture. Go ahead. Again, what Cam does well is he drives to the heel well and brings his leg up good, nice and controlled at the top. He has that string pulling him from the top of the ceiling, keeping him nice and upright, as you can see. Really driving through that leg right there. Hold one more for us. Perfect. Awesome.
Thanks, man. Henry?
No, you want to demonstrate the hip number for us? Sure. Sweet. So again, today this just had 3 exercises. It involved the knee to chest. Same body positioning as a side lying hip. We're making sure that we're keeping that straight alignment. And again, the pace wasn't the important thing here, as patients are going to fatigue naturally over time. This is usually a 2-minute circuit. And then after about 30 seconds, we're going to change to butt kickers. The names are pretty self-explanatory with these ones, not really rocket science. And then again, after 30 seconds here, we're going to change it to the ankle twisties. And this one, it's tough to keep people with their foot in line. Noah did a really good job of this. You don't want to have them coming up as they're trying to do the twist. And the cue that you can give patients here is just to contract the quad. And that helps them keep that hip in line and then keep that rotation going. And then you want to just keep that ankle in a similar spot. Thanks, Noah.
I'm gonna ask Maddie to demonstrate the single leg balance. So notice how there's slight flexion in her knees and hips, and her knees are pretty parallel. It's not deviating in or out. And she can hold it for 30 seconds. She has her hands on her hips.
Yeah, so that was our first milestone. Henry will be introducing our second milestone for us.
All right, so we're going to start in the same spots that we started for the last milestone. I'm going to be over here. We're going to be doing calf raises. Yadi's going to be in the same spot, going to go over lunges, and Brody is going to be going over squats, single leg squats. So just break it up, same groups. Let's get after it. Get started.
will be over here, where Crystal was. Lower, over here. Oh, yeah. Right, camera, sorry.
Over here.
All right, guys, so we're just doing calf raises. Common progression for this one is a Pilates machine, and then it has like cable weights where you can increase resistance for the patients in that way. Single and double leg, really common there. But today, since we're just in the dance room, don't really have access to that much stuff. We're just gonna be doing it on the calf board. So you're gonna come up and have your the heels off the board and just be going over calf raises. You can just kind of go knuckles on the mirror if you want, just to hold yourself there. And we're going to be doing 10 reps of this double, and then you can go and try some singles if you want to. Pretty simple stuff, just calf raise, just like that. This will be like a really minute part of their program. It'll be in there, but again, it's really quick, and it'd be like 2 sets of 10, or maybe they'd be holding it, and it'd be like 1 set of 10 with like a couple second hold to make it a little bit harder. Those are the common progressions that you'd see there, but again, most commonly, at least in my experience, this is going to be done on a Pilates machine where you can increase the resistance accordingly through cables. So yeah, you guys can just kind of go through and just do like 1 set of 10 if you want, and just hop up there and go through. Let's make sure you're doing it right.
Obviously, you might get a pretty good posture.
Yeah, you can start double. Yeah, just like that.
Just go down to where you're able to put that posture.
And again, if they're saying it's easy, you can just have them introduce like the hold. Like, okay, hey, hold at the top for like 2-3 seconds. But yeah, ultimately, in a perfect world, you would have access to one of the Pilates machines where you can just increase the cord resistance, and then eventually they're going to get a level of resistance that's difficult for them. Single leg obviously makes it harder. Yeah, good job.
Do you feel confident you have your hands above the bar?
And like the size of that quad,
That is going to always use it before.
not as good as this.
Nice job.
It's really not that challenging of an exercise, but it's just something that you're going to feature in pretty much every program.
Right knee goes, or left knee goes down, sit down into it, comes up and straightens. Does that make sense? Give it a try. Making sure we have a soft landing, like dance, lighting the feathers. Perfect, making sure those knees don't go over the toes. We're sitting down straight into it, and once you reach this line.
Really just things to look for here is like, are they bending their knee while they're doing the raise? That's like the one common mistake that you see. You want to be keeping that leg straight as you're going with the raise. That's really the only cue that you're going to offer them. It's not that hard. Everyone's done calf raises before. Again, you're just making sure that they do it correctly.
What happens if you bend the knee? What is it?
Then strengthen. It's going to be more of like just like a quad, like glute dominant. It's going to get more similar to like squat. Especially when you're doing eccentrically like this, you're going to get similar to like a single leg squat as opposed to just the calf raise. You're going to get more muscle groups.
He'll raise like this, or he'll like do this.
What do you mean?
So that knee, you mean like bending like this?
Yeah, so like when they're doing the calf raise, you don't want to have them. So like the perfect single leg calf raise, right? Like it's staying pretty straight. When the leg's coming down, it's just like you're sitting into your heel. You're not like sitting back into it like a squat. And so if they're bending their knee while they're going down, it's almost like they're doing more of a single leg squat. And that's not really the goal of what we're doing here. That's going to just get more stuff involved. We're just looking for like the calf raise. So I guess it's just more isolation instead of like bringing more muscle groups involved.
What if you feel it?
Yeah, I think we're pretty good on time. That's really all we have over here today. It's not really anything crazy cool. So.
Tommy. Tommy.
John.
All right, let's go ahead and rotate.
Who's Tommy Jones?
What?
So who's Tommy Jones?
All right, guys, how's everybody coming along? Going great? All right, so I'm going to be teaching you guys today is lunges. So what I want us to do, I'm going to demonstrate first, is we're going to shoulder width squat. And the leg that's going to be working out is going to be our back leg. So if we're working out our left leg, we're going to be stepping forward with our right, making sure this knee doesn't pass our toes. So what happens is a lot of times athletes will reach over there, and this knee will be past our toes. That's what we don't want. So keep it in front. So the good key for this is just sit down to it. think about an AirX pad that you're going to see, like, think of it, it's right there. You're touching it and coming back up. Does that make sense? And again, you don't want to have this knee touch the ground. You want to have it right here, sliding above. And we're going to be doing those 3 sets of 10 each leg. Anyone have any questions?
We're going to need it.
Let's give it a try.
Come in.
3 sets of 10.
See how you feel. So how do you guys just want to press the bar again? We'll start with our effective knee.
We're just going to be
And the
stationary,
other
good.
leg, hover it up off the ground next to it.
Making sure we're standing up tall. Straight, toes facing forward.
With cords.
The distance between the leg doesn't have to be that big, so that you can get closer. Perfect. There you
This one's obviously a pretty
go. Think about the AirX pad that's underneath you. If you're trying to touch it, making sure that knee doesn't touch the ground. Good. So we hit those 10, we can go ahead and switch.
Is tend to be with cords on a Pilates.
Also a good way to keep balance what Chloe's doing is keeping her hands on her hips. Good. Good job, Vince.
And then a lot more stuff. Really similar.
My question is, how high are you supposed to
And then you go ahead and shake the legs out.
A good thing is to come down and you slow it back. Just really squeeze a little bit of the leg.
And we're going through.
Alright, those are our lunges, and a way to progress this is walking lunges. So it's going to be the exact same thing as we're going to be lunging, sitting down into it, and using AirX pad there. Shoot straight up again. Come straight down, back down. Lunge, bring up. Makes sense? So we can start this line. Head towards this way.
For a couple of seconds.
And this has to be slow and controlled. So just go ahead and start.
This isn't really like a
Perfect.
major emphasis point on most programs.
Once that left leg comes up or that right leg comes up, go straight really to that next lunge.
I think that's
Again, it's
better
kind of
overall for
very
this
low,
exercise because it gives you more access to the weight variance.
And once we reach this leg, we can go ahead and rush my back.
Sliding on this board, so you really have to just dig it home.
The other foot.
Like via the pathways.
And when we're supposed to be feeling this is the leg that's scooching back. So the leg that's back is the muscle that's stretching out,
Double leg,
out.
try a couple single leg.
Oh, a minute. You guys want to go ahead and do another one on your effective knee again?
Nice, dude.
I'm too tired.
So it's always good to make sure that your knees are really just think about sitting down. Does anyone have any questions regarding these exercises? Question for you guys, what would be a good way to progress this exercise, keeping it safe 3 to 4 months after surgery still? Does anyone have an idea or thoughts?
Lightweight side.
Yeah, you can do lightweight as well. Another one, a good one is you can do lunge pumps. So what that is again, shoulder width apart, making sure that knee doesn't come past the toes. And we're gonna lunge down, just keep here, and we're gonna pump. 5 minutes. So let's give that a try.
And then, again, this is like a pretty fine.
Lunge, making sure that knee doesn't go past our toes. Good. Quick little pump, spiral in.
All right, you ready? Tommy?
John.
Tommy?
John.
All right, let's go ahead and rotate one more time.
Guys.
I will take Yazi's group over here.
Hello, guys.
What's up, guys? How are you doing so far? It's all going good? All right, so I was talking about the first milestone. We were also doing the step-ups.
Not that strong yet. We'll get
The
there.
important thing there was making sure we were keeping that good posture and driving into that heel. So now we're kind of work on the next progression. Obviously, as we're in the 4 to 6 month range now, we're going to go ahead and do the single leg squats. So because we're the first day, we're doing both legs, using this bar for a lot of our support. Well, now we're going to advance. We're going to make sure we have our effective knee going. Keep the other foot nice and hovered along the other one. You don't want to get it back here or out in front. Having that string pull us up from the ceiling. We're sitting on the toilet, dropping back, having this bar for support. You guys will be facing the wall when you do it. But again, you can either hover the hand over the bar if you feel confident, or use it however much you need it. All the common mistakes too are people like to bend forward at the waist. So make sure that when you're going down, if you start to lose that posture, just go for the max depth when you start to lose it, and just go from there. So if you guys want to line up, we go across the bar facing the wall.
So do one leg
And having those arms out for support, using our effective knee, have the other one off the ground, bring it closer next to the weight bearing. That toilet, drop back.
Good question. So we're not
Make
going
sure
to go back
gaze stays forward.
coming straight back up.
Off leg.
That string is pulling us up from the ceiling.
But it's not going through the exercise.
Also, you don't want to get that knee going over the front toe.
back to you.
Back and stack, get up and demonstrate or go through a couple on your own so you can really feel that out.
Yeah, if you do the set of 10, go ahead and switch legs as well.
Feel a few of these out. These aren't really hard, they're not tough to explain.
Bring your leg
These are these exercises you want to get closer. Yeah, they help with balance.
Go ahead and switch when you can.
Don't want to go too far. But this
You can do
if you go here.
commonly this would be done 2 at the 10 and that's it. So it's really not that big of a
You
feature.
can use the bar for a support too.
That's done really quickly, commonly.
Again, once you finish set of 10, you go ahead to the next foot.
Yeah, so
So when you
again,
keep in
the
mind,
variance
healthy
would
leg,
be
a lot of
with
times
the lies
it's
machine
healthy
you
as
have
well.
to
Are these as hard?
or like
Not that bad?
bar.
Not so bad? Pretty hard?
That string is pulling itself from the ceiling.
What's hard about it?
Posture.
Even the balance?
Not sitting with your legs moving forward.
Alright, so once we do this, we set
Sitting back to the heel.
just 2. That's perfect. We're going to do anything, we're going to increase that. So
Just have to
to
burn a
make
little
it a little bit
bit.
more challenging, is we're going to do walking lunges this time. So again, your shoulder width apart.
And once you finish both sides, shake them out a little bit.
They keep that
Lunge, and it's back up.
Questions on that?
Now it's going to come straight into our next lunge.
Alright, so we can wait a little bit, we'll do one more set
So,
on each leg.
so you're going to lunge and don't come off the step and then
Again, drive to that heel, trying to get the movement going in or out.
Start here.
Staying stacked over your foot, posture up,
because they were able to like.
sitting back on the toilet. All looking very good. Again, just a set of 5, and go switch to the next leg. Finish up those reps.
That's one more, yeah. Go ahead and give it a try. Good, nice, slow, controlled.
Alright, you guys finish up and bring it back up here. Get ready to bring it back up to the center.
Good. Should we drive up?
All feeling pretty good? Pretty confident? Yeah, so like I said again, just to reiterate that, some important cues. That strength and ceiling is one I really like. Keep your posture up nice and straight. A lot of times a common mistake is people really like to overcompensate here. Just not good posture you want. And again, try to get a heel, going up, not getting on the toe of the foot, stable, but driving through that back leg. So you guys look good? Yeah, I think we can get ready to bring it up to the center of the
Alright,
posture here.
so that's the calf
Pretty
raise.
soon, okay?
It's really not that difficult.
Alright, Tommy?
John.
Tommy?
John.
Alright, when you guys are ready, let's bring it back up to the center of the class.
Yeah, me too.
Alright, so we're gonna have Brody and Yazi, their students to demonstrate their exercise.
I'm gonna have Spence do the single leg squats. So if you guys would enjoy your attention over the bar over here. So draw your attention over here so you can see Spence. What I like about Spencer is he did a good job of hovering that off foot. A lot of times people like to bring it out too far or bring it too forward. He drives to that back heel very well, as you can see. And he's sitting on the toilet, not coming off the floor on his toes. Goes back to that heel, has a string attached to the ceiling, pulling him up. Do one more for us. Again, really important thing here is making sure that knee doesn't get over the toes or over to the sides, but stays back and balanced through, pushing up to the heel. Perfect. Thanks, Spence.
Alright, Cam, you want to demonstrate the calf raise? This is probably the most difficult exercise of the day. Just looking, double leg or single leg is kind of the 2 variances that we were looking at, focusing on mainly today. It's pretty much just going to have your heels off, keeping the legs straight, and then just driving up, isolated calf raise. We talked about how commonly we'd like to do this or prefer to do this on a Pilates machine so you can get some more weight involved, and that really forces the isolation, but Cam did a good job here, keeping those legs straight, and really just being like a prime model for this exercise.
Kind of the isolation to her, and she really sits down straight into it and keeping that core tight in the straight body posture. You're nothing. Alright, you guys can sit down in the middle of Alright, so I'm going to talk about a little bit of cognitive ending. So how do you guys feel about your PT experience? Really good? Yeah, how's the process going? Anyone have any struggles so far with anything? We're all good? No pain? No one's experienced difficulty?
I think balance is really
Balance?
important.
On which ones?
On the lunges and the singles.
On the lunges? Is it because it's difficult for you, or is it because actually they're too hard, or just
I'm
in
just
general.
not used to using both my legs anymore.
Good, yeah. So a key point for that is a lot of times when someone injures their ACL, say their right one, they don't really focus on the opposite leg, and that causes them to re-tear their other knee. So a lot of times is they'll re-tear their other knee versus the same knee, and that happens a lot, and that's research shows that usually the time it's their opposite knee. So it's always good to have that bilateral moving going on. Anyone else experience any difficulties? Another question. How do you guys feel about like people retraining their ACL again? Do you think, how do you think emotionally wise they feel and stuff? Or how would you feel if you re-tore your ACL 8 to 14 weeks after surgery?
Pretty depressed.
Are you depressed? Yeah. So that's why it's really important that we have a safe environment and everything's controlled, because a lot of times, how I emphasize again, the graft is going to feel strong, and we don't want people to be overconfident, because that's what will lead into other things and other problems. So yeah, any questions? All right, good.
So, good job today. We started the class with some stretches, and then the first part of the rehab, we did exercises that are done 8 to 14 weeks after surgery, and then for the second half, we focused on exercises that are done 3 months after surgery. And next class, we're going to focus on agility and sports-specific rehab exercises.